All right, well, thanks for coming today. I just wanted to read a statement on behalf of the Hobart Chargers. It's with great disappointment that I inform you that the NBL South season for 2020 has been cancelled. The Hobart Chargers fully support this decision and the actions of the federal and state governments in their efforts to stop the coronavirus from spreading through Australia. With increased restrictions in place and between the movement of states and gatherings, it is now impossible for teams to travel and play. Although we're extremely disappointed that we're unable to play the season, we fully understand and agree with the decision, as the health, safety and well-being of the entire league and the community must come first. The board would like to thank all of our players, our coaches, our officials for all the work they have put into preparation for the season. We would also like to thank our sponsors, our members, supporters for their support in getting the Chargers ready to take the court in 2020. We'd also like to thank the Launceston Tornadoes and the Northwest Thunder for their support and solidarity with the Chargers during this uncertain time. The relationship between the three clubs has only become stronger as a result of these unfolding events. We must also thank Basketball Victoria in the way it has handled the decision, and especially Dean Anglin for his professionalism in such a difficult situation. Basketball in Tasmania will continue to grow in the future, and the three NBL clubs are already looking forward to season 2021.
No great shock, I guess, that you've had time to prepare for this, Brett, but we've seen other comps, I guess, delay the decision, but this is a full cancellation. Do you know the reason behind that and why they sort of didn't play to that?
Look, I just think they had to do their due diligence properly first. And from there, they've only had the one call. Now that stage one restrictions actually have come into full force, they were left with no alternative. And as you say, yes, I've had chances and been prepared for it, but it's still, standing here today and saying it, is a lot different to conversations that I've had in the past. It really is a lot more gut-wrenching and emotional than what I thought it would be to be standing here.
What's it mean for the future of the club? Are you confident you get through this and be back bigger and better next year?
Oh, extremely confident we'll be back and bigger and better next year. You only got to look at the list that Mark and Stewart have put together this year. All the sponsors who are coming back on board, the members and the supporters of the club. The Hobart Chargers, the Launceston Tornadoes, Northwest Thunder will all be back bigger and stronger next year, without a doubt. And as I said, this situation has just brought the three clubs closer. We're no longer the North, Northwest and the South. You know, in this environment, we're Tasmanian and we're working together as Tasmanian clubs for Tasmania. And again, that strengthening in relationship can only go well for an NBL team coming down here very soon as well, that we can band together for basketball as a Tasmanian, as a full state.
What happens with the imports that obviously we're out here and the players, and that's just players like Kathleen just head back home and the players wait to find if they can take up local leagues again?
Yeah, look, all that's still to be worked out at the moment. We're just going through the announcement from NBL1. We're also having a special board meeting tonight where we will cover off on a lot of those things. At the moment for Kathleen, the borders are still open into America. So she does have that option of travelling back home or while the borders are open, or she may have an extended holiday in Tasmania yet. So we'll just see, but that'll be all dealt with at tonight's special board meeting.
What do you do over the winter, I guess, to keep this club alive in some ways off the court?
There's still the options. There's still quite a few options, but until we actually know the full ramifications of possible stage 2 restrictions, it's very hard to stay at this point. But we will still be out there, still be active in the community the best we can over the winter. And we will be pushing and putting a strong competitive team on the court for 2021.
Do you feel as though the Chargers are better prepared for something like this with the model that you guys use, as opposed to some of the interstate clubs that rely on that junior participation, having their stadiums closed with no income at all?
No, that's a hard one to answer with the situation, because as soon as the stadium closes, it really doesn't matter whether you have the juniors or not. And if you can't play in front of a crowd, then you lose your sponsorship base. So we went to no income as well. It's the same as they did. As soon as the stadium shut, we're all at no income.
How are you feeling standing here right now, mate?
Oh, pretty disappointed. in particular with the group we had established and put together, we were about to make a couple of massive announcements in Harry Froling and Craig Moller both signed. So I thought we had a squad that potentially could win the championship. I was pretty confident that not only to an exciting brand of basketball, but also win a lot of games and potentially take out the championship this year. So that's a little bit disappointing, but there's a lot of other things at play right now that we need to be thinking about. And I think for the club at the moment is probably a strong focus on the community program and making sure we continue to get that support from junior level.
All right, actually, back this year, mate, but unfortunately no season for you to coach in. How are you feeling?
Yeah, it's really strange, everything that's happening external to the club, but it's right across our communities, right across our country and globally, so it really does put sport in perspective. Certainly disappointing, and I've been around teams that have folded due to other circumstances, but this is definitely quite unique. So our focus right now is working through what this means with our players, with their local players, Kathleen Shear, who's already here, and players like Shyla Hill, who was preparing to travel to Hobart. So right now our focus is on the players for the next couple of days.